call to order the regular meeting of the West Valley City Council. And let the minutes show that all members of the council are present today, with the exception of Councilor Don Christensen, who is asked to be excused tonight. And tonight we have Mr. Corey Rushton, who will be doing our opening sermon.
Yeah, thank you, Mayor. I guess tonight I'm the extremely at-large council member because I'm filling in for Councilman Christensen on a few of his duties. And the first one is just on the opening ceremony. And we've had recent discussion on zip codes and having the West Valley name put on zip codes. We've talked about the UTA statue of George Washington Watson out in our plaza, and how to make our city more meaningful and interesting. Well, as we charged ourselves and our staff to find ways to make our city more meaningful and interesting, we know there's certain obstacles and certain strengths, certain weaknesses we have in doing that, but I actually found a community that probably has bigger challenges, and so I asked Jake to display this picture just for your amusement.
That's good. Could be worse.
Yeah. So I hope that as we move forward in making our city more meaningful and interesting, that the signs on the freeway will far exceed the expectations and the work that's been done in boring Oregon City.
Thank you. We have minutes of February 19th to be considered today. Anyone like to make a motion there?
I move for approval of the minutes of February 19th, 2013.
Second.
Any discussion of those minutes? Okay, all in favor of approval say aye.
Aye.
The minutes pass. We have a special Employee of the Month presentation today, and Councilman Rushton, you're up again.
Today our City Council is honoring the February 2013 Employee of the Month, and is it Thompson on the corner there?
There he is.
Hidden for my view. If you please stand, I'll read your nomination letter and try to embarrass you that way, and if that doesn't work, we'll try something else. The letter reads, I'd like to nominate Zeke Thompson, Concrete Supervisor in the Operations Division of the Public Works Department, as Employee of the Month. Zeke's one of those employees that every supervisor loves because he is always looking for better ways to do things. He has a creative mind and is also a skilled welder, although that is not a job requirement. He often combines these two assets and creates new tools, equipment, and methods of getting the division's work done more efficiently. For example, last winter, Zeke built new equipment to manufacture, store, and apply salt brine as an anti-icing and de-icing agent. The winter of 2011 and 2012 was very mild and demanded little effort for snow removal. Instead of enjoying the mild weather and unusually light winter workload, he put his mind and his hands to work. He learned about the benefits of using salt brine from UDOT and other cities which had implemented its use. He visited their sites to see what types of equipment and trucks were being used. After pricing out commercial salt brine makers, it convinced the supervisors that he could build one for a lot less money. But this was no short-term effort. We needed a place to store the brine and a way to apply it to the streets. So Zeke continued thinking and building throughout the year. Today, the brine maker that he built, at a fraction of the cost of the commercial unit, provides 1,600 gallons of perfect brine solution in about 20 minutes. The brine is pumped and stored in two 5,000-gallon tanks installed by Zeke and his crew. Finally, the brine is applied as an anti-icing agent to city streets before storms, and the tanks and distributor bars were designed and built by Zeke. We also have discovered salt brine is effective as a de-icing agent by breaking the bond between the ice and the pavement surface. Zeke's ideas, skills, and enthusiasm has given the Operations Division another effective snow fighting tool, which helps them fight snow before it falls, and because it uses less salt than typical rock salt spreader, is environmentally friendly too. His work has saved the city tens of thousands of dollars. I believe Zeke is very deserving of this recognition, and you are, so we're delighted to honor you as the 2013 February Employee of the Month. Do your handshake, and when you get down to the end, I have a couple things for you. So there's that for a spot next to the brine machine. couple of things for you. You want a copy of the nomination letter? And then before you sit down, if you'd like to just step over to the microphone and introduce who's all here with you and anything else you'd like to say about it. Sure.
Thank you.
I'm truly honored to receive this. Thank you. My family is here today. My wife, Kenda, my two beautiful daughters, Bailey and Ava's in her car seat, my mom, Kim, my mother-in-law, Dee, my father-in-law, John, my brother-in-law, Todd, my sister, Courtney, my cousin, Josh, and his girlfriend, Haley. Thank you again.
Thank
I
you.
appreciate it.
I think when the city council toured the Public Works Operations Facility, this was the highlight of the tour for many of us. And so, it's good to be able to see that work firsthand and a great nomination.
Yeah, last year when we toured, it was still kind of quasi under construction, so it's exciting to hear that the idea worked, and boy, this winter we needed it more than ever. So Zeke, you are truly awesome, and we are thrilled to have you as an employee and so well deserving as the Employee of the Month, and it looks like you have a great support network of family and colleagues around you too, which is terrific. So
Thank you.
thank you. And because we think so much of you, we won't even be offended if you slip out of the meeting early. Right. Thanks guys, go celebrate. We come to item 7 tonight, which is our comment period. Is there any members of the public that have signed up today?
Public just all that.
Yeah. And Mr. City Manager, anything you'd like to pontificate about this evening? Are you sure?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Council members, anything you'd like to comment on today? Okay, we have a resolution to consider tonight, Resolution 1331.
Thank you, sir. This is a resolution authorizing the city to enter into an interlocal agreement with the county clerk's office to provide election services for the 2013 primary and general municipal elections. We do this every year, I think. We have done for quite some time. Every time we have an election.
Okay, council, any discussion there?
Just a question. What happens if we don't pass this?
Yeah, paper ballots, and Sherry and Carol are awfully busy election night.
Carol and I are going to do it, and it won't be as efficient or as cost effective.
Right,
It'll take a lot longer to get the results.
You'll feel special and important that
We still would have
I
to.
already feel special.
She could feel overworked and demotivated though, if she had to do it all herself.
Yeah, what he said.
So another question though, I guess this is all inclusive to where if some other ballot initiative or change to, I guess the election that's unforeseen at this time, would the cost would be included in this, or would we have to amend it if there's
If
anything
there
else?
was a ballot initiative or something, that would be extra. This is the 4 seats that we've got up for election in a citywide primary and a citywide general.
And in the event that there's not, say, a citywide
Right.
primary required,
Right, we were talking about that earlier. So if there was just a primary in one of the districts, then that would lower the cost. This is worst case scenario is what the estimate was. Basically citywide primary and general, all seats.
great. Okay, any other questions, comments, or a motion? Okay, this dies for lack of, oh no, we'll give it one more chance. Anyone?
I guess, yeah, no, I want to see this election take place, so I would move for,
How democratic.
I'll move for approval of Resolution 1331.
Second.
Okay, thank you both. Any further discussion? All in favor of approving 1331, say aye.
Aye.
Those who oppose? It passes. Sigh of relief from the recorder there. Do we have any need for executive session tonight, sir? Okay, then I will adjourn the council meeting. We have our couple other brief meetings.
Call to order the West Valley City Redevelopment Agency. We've had the opening ceremony. Roll call indicates that Don Christensen has been excused. We have the approval for minutes of February 5th.
Mr. Chair, I'll move for approval of those minutes.
Second, have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Do we have any communications?
No, sir.
Report.
No.
We have two resolutions on the agenda tonight. Mr. Isaac, will you brief us on 1306?
Thank you. The agency, which you all are now wearing the hats of, the redevelopment agency, desires to acquire property over at the, for phase 2 of the multi-family residential development contemplated by the agreement on the disposition of lands with ICO. ICO was offered to fund the purchase of the property, and so that frankly it'll be bought immediately, and the agency will then purchase the property using funds provided by ICO.
Okay, any questions or a motion?
I'll move for approval of 1306.
I'll second.
Have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Okay, resolution 1307.
Part of that, phase 2, is a piece of property located at 3026 and 3036 West and Leon Avenue in the city, and this particular resolution approves the purchase of that residential property from Bud and Barbara Rigdon.
Okay. Have a motion or a discussion?
Mr. Chair, I'll move approval of resolution 1307.
Second?
Have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. We can now adjourn this meeting.
Call to order the West Valley City Housing Authority meeting. We've already had an opening ceremony, and let the roll call show that Don Christensen has been excused. We have approval of the February 5th, 2013 minutes. Any motion?
Madam Chair, I'll move for the approval of the February 5th, 2013 minutes.
Second.
Thank you. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any communications?
No, ma'am.